All right. It's my third take. I gotta go fast now. Losing daylight time. I need to go eat. So along with the bands, the shoulder care, that the video I sent before, we want to start incorporating these bands for our lower half, our core and our back, okay? We want healthy core, healthy back, healthy legs, strong legs. Our focus on the bands is for the shoulder care, okay? And I explained that. The focus of these bands are going to be, I'm not, never took anatomy or kinesiology or any of that, so I don't know any of the terms. We want to focus on our glutes, we want to focus on our quads, our hamstrings. That's going to help us out in the long run, okay? For the lower half, it's just like the upper half. I have seen where injury has happened strictly because athletes and older people, as we get older and have families, we neglect to take care of the smaller muscles. The smaller muscles support the big muscle, okay? Once your smaller muscles are injured, it affects your big muscle. Same thing, like we want to make sure that the kids have a solid core, solid back, because we know back injuries and a weak core, that all relates to injuries as we get older, especially through sports. We want them to play as long as they can play. So we're going to incorporate these every day during practice and games as a warm-up routine, and it will warm up the kids, okay? So we want to take these bands. The green is the easiest. As you can see, I have a red and a yellow up here hanging from the pull-up bar. And so as you get stronger, you can change bands. These will be provided out there for the boys. And what we want to do, the first movement, is we're going to teach the boys a basic air squat. And I know some of you may already know air squats, and that's great. But feet are going to be pointed forward right underneath my shoulders. And what I want to do is when I squat, I want to push my knees out, okay? And I want to push my hips back. So what happens is typically when people squat, they may go in with their knees and try to tuck their butt. And so really they can't get low. Or maybe they just keep their knees out and tuck their butt. Well, think about it. When you go sit down to use the restroom, we push, or sit in a chair, we push our hips back to sit in the chair. Same concept. As I push my hips back, I want to keep my chest tall, and I want to sit down, okay? And as you can't see, but my legs are shaking a little bit because I'm trying to drive, this is the third take on this video, but I'm trying to drive my knees out to strengthen the outer part of my muscle. This band is trying to pull my knees in, and I'm fighting them out, okay? So my squat, I'm going all the way down and hip thrusting, squeezing my glutes. Down here, squeeze, here, and squeeze, okay? Strengthen my core, my inner part of my legs, where a lot of the small stabilizer muscles for your quads, hamstrings, and tight into your back. So I want to be where my hip crease right here is slightly below my knee. I don't want to go all the way down and hunch my back because my back wants to be strong, so I want to be slightly up. If you're a catcher, it's like that position where I'm getting ready to throw down, okay? So you want to get that butt up just a little bit. So we will incorporate the air squats here, okay? The next one is going to be the hip thruster. And so the band stays exactly the same way. I'm going to try to stretch out the band, and I am going to push my hips all the way up, squeeze my glutes. Hold for a second, come down. Hold for a second, come down. Hold, go down. Hold, go down. And again, the band is trying to fight my knees in, and I'm trying to drive those out, okay? The next two movements that we'll learn is the lateral walk. So we want to start with our feet right underneath our hips. And we want to walk to the right. And notice this is all controlled. It's not a race because we want to keep tension on all our muscles. My toes are pointed forward, okay? So lateral walks. So we're going to work on those. The last one is going to be monster walks. Monster walks is coming forward without hitting that step, taking those big steps, okay? And then we'll go back. And you can see that we do these a lot, and I still kind of a little wobbly. So it takes a lot of practice to get these down, and the stronger you get, and when we start to incorporate squatting and deadlift. And as the boys get older, us focusing on these smaller muscles, these stabilizer muscles, is only gonna make us stronger, and we're gonna build strength quicker, okay? So enjoy. If we can get our players just to watch this video a few times to kind of see what we're talking about, so when we start talking about it on Thursday, they've kind of seen it and heard it before, okay? All right, see you guys on Tuesday.